I would like to share the disclaimer screen really quickly, and if you could just look that over, we will hop right into our practice in a moment. Excellent. Thank you so much for your patience on that. Welcome, everyone. My name is Melissa, and today I'll be guiding you through all levels yoga. So we will practice together for 45 minutes. And just a reminder to listen to your body through the practice. If any of the stretches are not working for you, please skip them, come on out and modify. And grab props if you're going to need them. I always love having a block close by and a blanket close by just to help support me through the practice. So as we get started today, let's take a moment here to start in a seated centering. You can sit in any position that feels comfortable for your body. It may feel nice to cross your legs, but if your knees are sensitive, you can always extend your legs out in front of you. We will take a moment here to close the eyes and to drop into our breath and our body. Taking a moment, begin to notice your connection to the ground. Feel the edges of the legs, the edges of the feet grounding down. Feel your spine lengthen. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Reach and stretch through the crown of the head. And then dropping in. We'll begin to connect to the rise and the fall of the breath. And then lengthening as you inhale and lengthening as you exhale. And for a moment, let's just feel our body reacting to the breath. As you breathe in, feel the navel rise. As you exhale, feel the navel moving back, moving slightly up towards the spine. And breathe into the stomach. Carry your breath into the ribs. So on the inhale, feel your ribs expanding with breath. So we will expand through the front body, through the back body, through the right side and the left side of the body. And then on the exhale, feel how the ribs flow in towards one another. We feel the front ribs, the back ribs floating in, and right side and left side ribs moving in towards one another. Breathe into your stomach, into the ribs, and then taking the breath up to the chest. So we'll breathe right up to the collarbone. Breathing in, feel your chest rise. Feel the chest fall. And then knowing each time that you breathe, you bring life, you bring oxygen to all of the cells throughout your body. And then if you'd like, you can set an intention for your practice. And that can just be a little goal that you have for yourself. So it could be to relax, to give yourself this opportunity to practice some self-care and some self-love. Push yourself, maybe to really honor your body where you're at and to back out of stretches. So your intention could be anything that you would like it to be. Let's begin with a neck release. So we'll start by lowering the right hand down to the side of the body. Take your left hand up and over. Reach for the right side of your head. Take a breath to lengthen. Soften your left ear to your left shoulder as you exhale. And then we're just going to breathe here into that neck stretch. So inhaling deeply and exhaling deeply. Coming back to center, let's realign here. Left hand lowers, right hand lifts. Take a full breath in, and then right ear to right shoulder as you breathe out. And then coming back on through to center. We'll realign here. Right hand lowers, left hand lifts, and we'll find our way into a side stretch here. Rolling that left shoulder back, right shoulder under. Feel that your heart is shining up to the sky. Come back to neutral. Left hand down, right hand lift. Full breath in and full breath out. Let's come back on up to center. We'll realign here, making your way forward into table. And as you come into table, having a little bit of space between the knees. So we'll take our knees, our hips in line, wrists, shoulders in line. Feel the fingers stand wide. Press through the index finger and press through your thumb. And grab that blanket if you need to. Let's work with our shoulders and our neck here. We'll work with a thread the needle flow. So right hand's gonna reach to the sky, full breath in. Relax the arm underneath your body. You can kind of relax the side of your head down. And then we'll take our hand back on a full breath in. And then thread the arm underneath. And then 3 more times with the breath here. And then relaxing the arm underneath and just pausing here, relaxing the head and breathing into that neck stretch. And then you can stay here. Option to straighten out your left leg. Maybe have your toes on the ground. You can also lift your leg up. And hand can be on the ground. You can also lift that hand up as well. And there's also a variation where you take your hand to meet the foot if you'd like to go there. You can take your hand to meet the foot and then create a little sensation of kicking the foot into the hand. We are going to come on out on that one. So we will take our knee down, bring your hand down. The right hand's going to reach the sky and then begin to create a circle here. So maybe find a large circle, maybe find a smaller circle. And then flow in the other direction. Great. Let's take ourselves back into table. Lower your stomach down, lift up through your heart. Let your tailbone lower and the crown of the head lower. Flow through cat and dog for a moment. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. So create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, rounding your back. So imagine creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's come to a neutral spine. Left hand's gonna reach up when you're ready. So take that full breath in, reach and stretch your hand up. And then we will thread that arm underneath the body. Hand reach and stretches up when you are ready. And release, float it under. And then we'll go 3 more times with the breath here. Great, let's relax the arm down. We'll pause here for a moment. Relaxing the head, relaxing into the shoulder, relaxing into the neck. The right leg straightens and you can stay here. Maybe lift that leg up if you would like. And you can also take your hand up if you'd like as well. And then we will just breathe into the stretch. And coming on out, knee down and hand down, and then grounding down into your hand. Take your left hand to the sky and we'll circle out here. And then flow in the other direction. Great. Let's release the hand down. We'll come back into table and let's take child's pose for a moment. So we'll give ourselves a little resting posture. Bring your hips back to your heels and let your heart lower down. And then just let yourself melt. Maybe notice where you're holding on to tension. And then with your exhale, try to let that tension go. Coming on forward, let's take ourselves into table, pressing back to down dog as you exhale. And shake it out a little in your down dog. Foot raise all nice to bend one knee and the other knee. Relax your head yes, and relax your head no. Let's come on forward into a fold and shaking it out in your fold. So maybe bending the knees, relaxing your head yes, and relaxing your head no. Hands will move to the right. Find a side stretch in your fold. Feel grounded through both of your feet. Come back to center. Release to the other side. Come back to center. Take a half lift here. Fold yourself down. Come on up. We're going to rise up for mountain pose as you inhale. And then draw your hands at your heart space as you exhale. Let's try chair. We'll come into Utkatasana. So we'll begin to drop our hips back and down. Send your weight back into your heels. Let your toes be a little bit lighter. And almost create a little sensation that your toes could lift off of the mat. Take your right leg up and over. We'll create eagle here. So you can have your toes on the ground, you could have your leg lifted, and you can also wrap your leg all the way around. So leg wraps around. And then you can stay here. Option to wrap up the arms. Right arm will be under. Maybe reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together, arms wrap and hands wrap. Find your drishti. Find that one spot to focus your concentration, to focus your awareness. And once you find that spot, not letting the eyes shift at all. Let's keep those arms wrapped up. We'll try warrior 3 from here. So we'll take our right leg back. Imagine that you could balance a block on your low back. So I'm going to even off our low back and then even off through the hips. Keeping the arms wrapped up, let's try crescent. Right on the toes of your right foot. Right heel is lifted. Feel yourself pressing out through your heel and the back of your knee. Let's unwrap the arms. We will take our hands to the sky. Take a nice deep full breath here. Feel your shoulders relaxing from your ears. We'll create that space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. Hands can lower down. We'll transition to a lunge and begin to bend and straighten your front leg. Flowing with the breath here. With each breath, we create movement. On your exhalation, feel the leg straightening. On your inhalation, feel the knee bending. Straighten that front leg. Give yourself a fold forward. Left knee bend. Left hand lift. Let's land in runner's twist. And as you take your twist, with the in-breath, feel the spine lengthen. On your out-breath, let your twist deepen. Hand lowers down. let's come into a fold with our legs crossed. So we're going to take our right foot to the left, line your toes up, line your heels up, fold over the front of the legs as you exhale. Maybe draw your weight forward into your toes. Maybe send your weight back into your heels. Maybe shift your weight to the right. Maybe shift your weight to the left. So as you move the weight in the feet, just feel how that gives you different stretches. Unwrapping the legs, let's land in a forward fold. Maybe shake out the legs here. Take a half lift, hands to the shins, lift the spine, lengthen the spine. Fold yourself down, come on up. We're gonna take mountain as you inhale. Hands at your heart space as you exhale. Let's try chair again. So we'll begin to drop our hips back and down. Utkatasana. Sending the weight into the heels. Toes are light. Maybe those toes lift from the mat. Make sure that you can see the tips of your toes. We just don't want our knees to float too far forward here. Take your left leg up and over, wrapping it up for eagle. Left arm under. Imagine you could create a line that flows through your body, creating this line from your toes to your knees, to your elbows, and to your fingertips. Legs will stay, well, arms are going to stay wrapped up rather. We're going to release the legs. So let's send our leg back for warrior three pose. And then coming on back into crescent warrior. We'll keep the arms wrapped up. Feel your core engage. Tailbone tuck. Navel back and up to the spine a little bit. Unwrap your arms. Hands can reach to the sky as you inhale. Feel yourself connecting with your breath. Breathe in and out through your nose. Hands can lower. Let's take ourselves into a lunge. Begin to bend and straighten your front leg. Let's straighten out the front leg. Fold yourself over. Bend into the right knee. Right hand lift. And then let's release. We're going to bring that hand down. Float yourself back into a fold with your legs crossed. Lining up your toes, lining up the heels. And then again, you can play with the weight in the feet. Unwrap your legs. Let's land ourselves back into a fold. Shake it out in their folds. Come on back to plank. High push-up pose. Knees can be up or down. So it's really your preference. It's whatever you feel supported in your body. We're going to lower it down, chaturanga. Let's take an up dog here. And then holding your up dog, look off your right shoulder. Let's come back to center. Look off your left shoulder. Come back to center. Down dog, breathe out. Knees will begin to lower. Hips to the heels. Let's come into a child's pose for a moment. So in child's pose, this is such a good stretch for your body. If your knees are together, it's going to be wonderful for opening up your low back. If you were interested in a hip stretch or a leg stretch, you can take your big toes to touch, have your knees from one another, and then just let yourself melt into the stretch. Each exhale, just let go of tension. Let begin to rise and up, floating into down dog when you're ready. Toes to the hands. Let's come on forward, back into your fold. Take your halfway lift, fold yourself down. Come on up for mountain as you inhale. Bring your hands at your heart space as you exhale. Let's try bringing our right leg up and into the chest and into the stomach for a moment. So fingers will interlock. We can reach for the front of the knee. And then we'll just pull that knee in. So this one is called Standing Pavement. And just notice, where you're holding tension. You might feel that the jaw is a bit tense or the eyebrows are tense. Try to relax your body with each breath. We can take that right knee off to the right, bringing you into an inner leg stretch. Maybe your left hand can reach to the left. Maybe you take your index and your thumb to touch, coming into a mudra, and then just gazing off your left fingertip. Take yourself back to center. Take your knee into your chest. Give it a nice little hug in, and then right knee moves to the left. Maybe right hand to the right. And this is going to bring us into a twist. Let's come back to center. Knee up and into the chest and into the stomach. Come on back to warrior one this time. So we'll take our right foot back. Right heel will lower. Hands will reach up towards the sky as you breathe in. Let's feel the breath flowing in and out through the nose. Lengthening as you inhale, lengthening as you exhale. Hands will come together. Fingers will interlock. Release your index fingers. Palms will touch. Lengthen and create a little back bend here. Try to open your chest and your heart. Try to relax your shoulders down your back. Come on up. Reset to warrior one. Open into warrior two. So as you come into warrior two, feel really grounded through your feet. Press firmly into your front foot, into your back foot, and almost create a little sensation like you could pull your feet in towards one another. Reverse, float the front hand up and back. Back hand can glide down your back leg. Maybe wrap your arm around your low back and reach for the other hip crease. Coming back to center and then releasing down into a lateral angle. Maybe hand comes down for extended lateral angle if you would like more of a stretch. And then just trying not to collapse here into that bottom shoulder. Lift from the shoulder, lengthen from the shoulder. Core engages. Float yourself back and up. Straighten your front leg. Front hand up and back for a reverse triangle stretch. Make your way up to a neutral spine. Let's try pyramid from here. So from pyramid, we are going to take our right foot and hop it forward so that our right toes are turned up the mat. Hips and shoulders will square forward. Hands can reach to the sky as you inhale. Fold yourself down as you exhale. And then as you're breathing here, maybe play with the weight in the feet. You can draw more weight into your front foot, lifting that front hip up a little bit, balancing your hips and your low back. And you can also take your right hip forward, left hip draws back slightly, giving you a little different stretch in your body. Let's work with a twist. So you may want to use a block. Sometimes that one is really nice just to give you a little bit more lift in the posture. So right hand plants down, left hand lifts when you are ready, landing in a pyramid twist. Roll the left shoulder back, right shoulder rolling under. Feel that the heart is shining to the sky. Staying here, option to lift that right leg up, landing in a revolved balancing half moon pose. So maybe trying to lift that leg a little bit higher up, Breathing in and breathing out. We are going to hold the shape of this pose, coming on up for a revolve crescent warrior. We will have our shoulders over our hips, twisted off to the left side of the room, and then feel your hands reach forward and back. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Breathe in and out. Reverse variation from here. So back hand can glide down your back leg. Front hand can reach up and back. Come on through back into our revolved crescent. Release into crescent. And then release into warrior two pose. Feel really grounded in the feet. Almost imagine that you could pull your feet in towards one another. Let's windmill the hands down to the earth. We're going to float ourselves into that lunge. Come on back into plank. High push-up pose. Lower down chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Toes to the hands. Let's float it forward. Back to your fold. Take a half lift. Fold yourself down. Come on up for mountain. Hands at the heart. Breathe out. Let's take our left knee up and into the chest and into the stomach. And then we're going to try that standing pose for a moment. Make sure that you're breathing. So easy to hold the breath as we take a challenging balance pose. Just breathe in, breathe out through your nose. Left knee can open to the left. Let's try that inner leg stretch. Maybe right hand off to the right. Maybe gaze off the right fingertips. Index and thumb come together and touch. Come back to center. Knee can hug to the chest. Take your left knee to the right. Left hand to the left. Gaze off the left fingertips. Breathe in and out. Come back to center. Take your knee to your chest. And then let's get back to warrior one. So we'll take our left foot back. Left heel will lower and hands will reach up as you breathe in. Feel yourself breathing into your stomach, ribs, and chest. And then release from the chest, ribs, and the stomach. Hands can come together, fingers will interlock, palms will touch, lengthen, and release back, coming into a little bit of a back bend in warrior one. Back on up to neutral, reset to warrior one, open into warrior two. Feel your shoulders relaxing from your ears. Create that space between the ears and the shoulders. So the shoulder blades moving down your back. Reverse, float the front hand up and back. Back hand on your back leg, maybe arm wraps around your low back. Reach for the other hip. Come on through to warrior two. Take it down to lateral angle. Maybe working with that extended lateral angle if you'd like to go there. Core engages. Let's come on up. Reset to warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Front hand up and back for reverse triangle. Back on through to a neutral spine. Let's set up for pyramid. Left foot's going to take a hop forward. Left toes are going to turn up the mat. Hips and shoulders are going to square forward. Hands reach up, breathe in. Fold yourself down, breathe out. And then just noticing where you're feeling the stretch in your body on this one. So we all experience each pose so differently. Maybe feeling the stretch through the backs of your legs, maybe through the low back, maybe through the back of your neck as you let your head relax and you let your head release. Let's take a twist. Right hand can rise when you're ready. Pyramid twist. With your twist, imagine that you could stack and open through the shoulders. We would feel our shoulders in one line and then also feel the wrists in one line. You can stay right here. Option to lift that back leg up, landing in a revolved, balancing half moon pose. Maybe trying to lift that leg a little higher up, moving you a little deeper into your stretch. Holding the shape of this pose, let's float ourselves back on through for that revolved crescent warrior. Shoulders over hips, reaching forward and back, breathing in, breathing out. Reverse, take that front hand up and back. Try to keep a deep bend in that front knee. Come on up. Let's unwrap this pose nice and slow. So we'll take revolved crescent, then we'll release into crescent, and then we'll open into warrior two pose. As you take warrior two, let's windmill the hands to the earth. And we are going to set up for lizard. So we'll take that right foot to the right edge of the yoga mat. Both of the hands to the inside of the foot. And then you can decide if you want to stay here. If you would like to make the stretch a little easier, you can bring your back knee down onto the ground for support. You can stay on your hands. If you would like to make the stretch more intense, you can bring your arms down to the ground. And then we will just relax here into the stretch. With your exhale, feel the hips lowering down. Feel the heart lowering down. Let's ground into the hands. Curl your left toes under. And then let's take our left foot to the top of the mat. We're just going to land in a fold with our legs wide. Then let's take our feet in line with our hips. Shake it out a little bit. Take your right foot back. Find your way to a lunge. Left foot walks to the left edge of the mat. Both hands to the inside of the foot. Lowering that back knee down. And then let's float ourselves into lizard on the other side. So feel free to move around a little bit. Sometimes a little movement, a little shifting around just can help you ease into the stretch a bit more. With your exhale, feel the hips soften down towards the ground. Feel your heart lowering down to the ground. Let's begin to release this one. So to come on out, we're just going to ground into our hands. The right toes will curl under, and we're just going to take a big step forward with that right foot. Take your feet in line with your hips and give it a little shake out. And float yourself into plank. Let's take that high push-up pose. Knees up or down. We're going to lower it down, chaturanga. We'll take our up dog here. Press back to down dog when you're ready. Knees will begin to lower. Feet can sweep to the right or to the left. We'll try seated. And as you come into seated, draw the soles of your feet to touch. Knees come away from one another. And insides of your feet roll from one another. Lengthen through your spine here. Fold yourself down. Breathe out. And then we'll just work with our seated bound angle, Baddha Konasana. With your exhale, just letting yourself move deeper into the stretch. Come back and up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Help of the hands, knees come together. Legs extend in front of you. Shake the legs out a little bit. And then coming down onto your back from here. As you come down onto your back, take your knees to your chest. Gently rock to the right. And then gently rock to the left. Working with bridge. So come into a nice back bend here. For this one, feet can be in line with your hips. Knees will be bent. Engage your core. So create a sensation of tucking your tailbone. Lift your low back from the mat. Lift your mid back from the mat. And then feel yourself lifting up into the air here. Create a sensation like you could squeeze a beach ball between your knees just to help activate your legs a little bit more. Feel your hips lifting up, breathing in, breathing out. You could take your hands together under your body if you wanted. Fingers will interlock. You could take your palms to touch. Imagine that you could squeeze a pencil between the shoulder blades. Releasing the arms, tailbone will tuck, upper, mid, and low back connect to the earth. Soles of the feet will touch, knees come away from one another, and coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. Come into a bound ankle. Maybe bringing your hands on your body. One hand to the navel, one hand onto the low ribs or onto the heart. And try to clear the mind of thought. We always have thoughts moving through the mind, maybe thoughts for the past, thoughts for the future. Try to release the thoughts, bring the awareness to the breath, bring the awareness to the present moment. And then remembering the present moment, the only moment where life truly exists. With the help of the hands, let's take our knees together. Take your knees to your chest, arms, hands around knees or shins. Gently rock to the right and gently rock to the left. And then as you're rocking here, we will bring this into circles. So maybe find large circles, maybe find smaller circles. And then flow in the other direction. Giving yourself some time for relaxation. Let's come into Shavasana. We'll come into our resting pose of our practice. And for this, you can relax your legs and relax your arms, and then let your eyes close. You can have your knees bend, plant your feet, close the eyes, and give yourself a moment here. They say that Shavasana is the most important pose of the whole entire yoga practice. That it gives us an opportunity to integrate all of the benefits into the mind, into the body. Letting your breath deepen. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring awareness back into your body and back into the moment. Come onto your side. Find a fetal position. Maybe create a pillow with the lower arm. Gently support your head. Feel your body take the shape of the posture. Coming up, let's find our way into seated. As you take seated, hands can come into the heart space in prayer, Anjali Mudra. Let your eyes close. Thank yourself for practicing yoga today, for doing something so good for your mind, body, and spirit. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. Have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome, Dave.